Hi, welcome to part 41 of this security specialty certification. If you have not yet subscribed, do so. It will help you with cloud certifications. There are so many videos here. Let's look into this question. You have Active Directory. So this is your on-premises, okay, and this is your AWS environment. This green box is your Active Directory, which is on premises, and then you want to make sure that AWS accounts also use that. Okay. Plus, on top of it, your dev team has launched a public facing application and they need a separate authentication solution. So we need two answers here. The first answer is for Active Directory so that both the guys can use it. This guy and this guy can use it. Okay. And the second is for a separate authentication solution for public facing applications. So public facing applications, that means so you will have this application and then you will have these users directly accessing it. So when users access it, you see a lot of applications where they say, okay, if you have a Gmail account, you can access it. How does that happen? That happens through a service called Cognito. So what Cognito is doing is it will help you with identity and access management. You see this, it delivers frictionless customer identity, adaptive authentication, and it scales to millions of users. Perfectly okay for this kind of scenario. So that's why our first answer would be option C, Cognito user pool, which will suffice this separate authentication requirement. Now for sharing Active Directory across, you should use federated sign-in. This is a very good blog on federated sign-in. You can pause this portion, read this carefully. But our second answer is set up a federated sign-in to AWS through ADFS and SML. So these are our two answers, option C and option E. We will use Cognito user pools and then we will also set up federated sign-in. Okay, this is our second question. You have been using keys. So you are using keys. You have key management service which creates and controls keys. So all keys are stored here, and you want to make sure that after 24 hours it deletes itself, or we have something to delete it so that nobody else can use it for encryption and decryption. What should we do? See, first of all, we should never manually rotate this because there has to be an automated process with respect to this. Just changing the CMK, KMS, CMK allies will not help you here, and KMS input functionality will not automatically delete the key operation. Like import key is making use of a feature called bring your own key. We call it BYOK, and that will not help you here. So the only thing that is left is we will schedule. So we would schedule this and specify minimum wait time. See, nowadays with the keys we also have a feature of auto rotation, because if you don't have this option and you have automatic key rotation, so then you can enable the automatic key rotation, which will generate new cryptographic material for KMS every year. So since automated solution is better than the manual solution, option C is our answer. This is the next question. So you are writing SSH commands and you're accessing instances, AWS instances. So we want to know who has fired SSH command. We want to know that user who has executed it. Okay, how to accomplish this? See, first of all, this option to store PEM file is totally incorrect. We never ask people to put the PEM files on S3 buckets. It is with you on your laptop or wherever you want to store, but it is in your control, because anybody can use that in access systems, which will be a security breach. So out of A and D, we have to work on something. So A, what A does is you have to be very sure that I want to know who fired SSH. See, if you allow port 22, then every Tom, Dick and Harry can access it and it will go unaudited. So we don't want unaudited. So we want to deny. So we will deny uh, the inbound access on port 22. Now you might say, hey, you have already denied. How will we access? Suppose systems manager session will allow this to access it, and then we will enable CloudWatch logging, which will ensure that we log which user executed this command. This is a bit of a documentation which explains, like if you deny port 22, what happens, and then SSH through traditional methods will be blocked if you deny it, and but you can still access it using this method, session manager access method. You can still access it. The approach offers enhanced security, and it reduces the attack surface. That is the important thing. And there are some considerations here. We can read it. So this is our final answer. Uh, Please subscribe if you want to get cloud certified Azure, AWS, Google, and there are so many playlists here on different exams. So please go through that. And we also have paid membership. You can become cloud kernel or cloud ninja member, access important questions, and help yourself pass the exams. See you in the next part.